Well, who says thin is in? From Jennifer Hudson to Beyonce, full-figured women are getting a lot more attention these days. My next guest is not surprised. She says 80% of men want curvy or plus-size women instead of those rail-thin models. With us now, Nancy Hayssen. She's author of You Can Be Sexy at Any Size. I agree with you, Nancy, but why then, if in fact men like curves instead of straight lines, which I agree 100% with you on, why then is the Hollywood, New York, all of the models seem to be this rail-thin type?
Well, first, thanks for having me on your show.
Thanks for being here.
I think that a lot of it has started, obviously, from the fashion industry. And this motto that's been ingrained in us that men can never be too rich and women can never be too thin.
Right.
And the truth is that, yes, you can be too thin. And beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. The truth is, you can be sexy at any size.
Well, absolutely, I agree with you, but who is the mafia in the modeling world that's saying, we don't care what you people like, you people meaning us, we're going to give you nothing but thin models, super thin models?
I think, again, it starts with the designers and Hollywood and all those images. I know growing up that I used to compare myself to those images and not feel good enough. But I actually changed that when I became a plus-size model.
By the way, we're looking at pictures of you as a plus-size model. I must say, they're pretty sexy photos. Go ahead.
Yes. I actually became a plus-size model, and it wasn't until I did that I realized my own beauty, that I realized that sexy is a state of mind. Sexy is energy, it's attitude, it's how you feel about yourself, it's how you carry yourself, it's about confidence. So no matter what size you are, if you're a size 2, if you're a size 12, if you're a size 22, you can feel and look sexy no matter what size you are.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And you know, nowhere, I think, is there a better example of that than Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe, somebody who you know, you look at a movie like Some Like It Hot, for example, when she was actually a little bit pregnant as well, she had those full figure, full hips, full figure all around, and boy, was she sexy. She had that she knew she was sexy, and that self-confidence came through.
She knew she was sexy?
Yeah, the self-confidence came through.
And that's another important thing is you have to believe it, because if you don't believe you're sexy, nobody else is going to.
Well,
but when you do, everybody will all of a sudden be attracted to you because you know, and you just know inside that you know you're a sexy woman.
Absolutely. Well, now you have Jennifer Hudson, the spectacular actress and singer in Dreamgirls. You have Queen Latifah. You have plus-size women who are self-confident and who are sexy and who are getting a lot of attention. That must make you pretty happy.
I think it's wonderful. And one of the things about those celebrities, Queen Latifah and Jennifer Hudson, that's beautiful is they don't want to be skinny. They're proud of who they are. They love their bodies the way they are. They're happy with who they are. And it shows.
And this is the week, of course, of Anna Nicole's the trials, the hearings about her. We couldn't avoid talking about Anna Nicole, the plus size, but she did prove, as we see here, that plus size is sexy. I mean, maybe she flaunted it more than Marilyn Monroe did. Marilyn was more subtle about it, but there's another example.
That's another example, and in fact, going back to the poll that we ran, we questioned, you know, is thin really in? Over the past year, we asked thousands of men and women, you know, what do you prefer a woman to look like? And again, 80% of the men preferred a curvy or plus-size woman.
Yeah.
Plus size meaning a size 14, which is the average American woman. Now, even more shockingly, when we asked an open-ended question to the men, who do you think is the sexiest woman ever?
Who was it?
It actually surprised me, and I thought Marilyn Monroe would definitely come in #1. Or Anna Nicole Smith, who did.
So who was it? We got to run, but who was it?
It was my wife or my girlfriend.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's nice news.
Which actually goes to show you that men really love real women, women with some meat on their bones, with curves.
Absolutely. Nancy Hayssen, we got to leave it at that, but it's a very important study. We're glad you brought us the good news. Thanks for being here. Well, it is a cult favorite from South Park. What would Brian Boitano do? What would Brian Boitano do? Well, guess what? Brian Boitano is here in the flesh, and we're going to ask him just that. From Anna Nicole to illegal immigration, we'll find out what he would do. And then the judge in the Anna Nicole case accused of running a circus will meet a real circus ringmaster who is not laughing at that comparison. That's next.